Good evening. I am Arachna of the Spider People, your hostess with mostess. And welcome to Beware Theater, because this be where you're gonna see some really bad movies. We have vampires, werewolves, monsters, aliens, and of course, the undead. So take a load off, pull up a couch, and fasten your seatbelt. It's gonna be a creepy night. Tonight, we watch an old-fashioned crapola 1940s horror movie called The Ape. It was produced by Poverty Row Studio Monogram Pictures, directed by William Nye, and was the last of the 6-picture contract that Boris Karloff had with Monogram Pictures. You know, men in gorilla suits have been in the movies for over 100 years, but the golden age of what they call ape suit cinema was between 1940 and 1960. And the guys in the gorilla suits were affectionately called Hollywood Gorilla Men. They were a small specialized group of actors who mostly owned their own gorilla costumes and who were mostly not credited in the movies that they appeared in. And trust me, acting as a gorilla is not easy. I mean, having a realistic looking suit and making realistic gorilla moves isn't easy. And the guy who plays the gorilla in this movie is Ray Crash Corrigan, who was also a hard-working fitness trainer and Western movie actor. And he also wasn't credited in this movie. The Ape is about a kindly but kind of creepy country doctor, researcher, scientist person who's trying to find a cure for a deadly, crippling disease that killed his wife and his daughter. But he's not using normal methods. He's using unorthodox methods of ill-gotten spinal fluid that he uses on kidnapped dogs and on his one young woman patient who reminds him of his daughter. There's an escaped gorilla from the circus, an abusive animal trainer, a nasty, evil banker, local yokels with shotguns and hunting dogs, and really blurry old stock footage of circus performances that you can hardly make out what's going on. This movie is so bad, it's good. And without the great acting of Boris Karloff, it would have been even worse. So now let's watch The Ape.
Oh, boys.
Any old tires you don't want?
Only old tires I got 'em riding on.
Got enough money to go to the circus, but not enough for the sideshow.
The money. Plenty of freaks around here.
Hey, you think they got all the things they say they have?
Sure, the man took.
If they ain't got no lions, they have to. The man let us see 'em. He did? But they ain't got me.
Sure they have, long as anything.
Let you and me go see 'em.
You can go ahead. We're going swimming.
Say, we're going past Adrian's house, ain't we?
Sure. Sure. What's the matter? You scared?
I ain't scared of no crazy doctor.
Well, if you're coming, come on.
Wait, you see, it's this way. I don't get home for dinner or what? Mom won't let me go circus.
All right, so you're afraid. Well, you'd better stay here.
there, you little rock. What are you? Oh, no, you. Come on, now.
Gee, look, he's got Willie.
I can't understand. We'll do something about Doc Adrian. Destroying all the values in this town. Giving Red Creek a bad name.
I think so. You're right, Mason.
Run out of this town a long time ago.
Who ought to be run out of the town?
Dr. Adrian.
You should have been with us this afternoon. He's scared the women so bad they haven't got over it yet.
This sounds too healthy. Maybe he's carrying himself a couple of patients. Understand them big doctors make a lot of money on nervous women.
Well, it's so funny when that epidemic broke out, Quinn. You know as well as I do he used a lot of those patients as guinea pigs.
I know nothing of the sort. I know he did everything he could.
2 or 3 in this town who wouldn't agree to that. However, I can understand his reason for want of patience now.
Well, he got himself another this afternoon. Little Willie over there.
He ran after me, hurt me, and I wasn't doing nothing. Poor child. I think you're all yellow.
She's right. And none of you got the courage to do anything about it. Patients die on him, and now he's hanging around Miss Clifford's house experimenting with Francis, I guess.
You'll make up for credit, Mason. Your greed hasn't done this town any good.
You doing preaching?
Little preaching wouldn't do you no harm. What with the people you squeeze dry and the usury you charge on your loans?
No, I don't ask him to borrow.
There's an answer for that also. But I think it's wasted on you.
Business is business, Quinn, and you know it. Besides, we weren't talking about me.
Why don't we kick the doctor out and be done with it?
I'm ready time you're willing to start it.
Oh, yes, that prescription on the second. Been quite busy this morning. I'm sorry to delay you, Doctor.
Perfectly all right. I can fix it myself.
It's none of my business, and maybe we men of science think different from other people, but if they ever find out in the village what you've been doing...
You mean about the animals?
Yes, some of the dogs have been missed.
Well, that phase of the experiment is all over. I've found out all I need to know.
Can I help you?
I think they need you in the store.
Just as you say, Doctor, just as you say.
Good. Enjoying the last of the sun.
Yes, sit down.
Thank you. Oh, how's my girl today? Oh, you're all dressed up.
Danny phoned. He's coming over.
So early?
We can't hide. He's going to the circus.
Oh, yes. I almost forgot. I've got a present for you, Frank.
Oh, for me, Doctor?
Well, don't get too excited. If you wait till you open it. It isn't anything at all.
Oh, Doctor. Oh, it's beautiful. But why so much, Doctor? You gave me a present last month.
So I did. Well, this is a make-believe birthday, just a daughter.
Was she very like me?
She'd have been just 18 today. She was to have worn that. I couldn't save her, and I couldn't save her mother.
I had weapons to fight the disease that killed them, but I have now, or at least I've got a knowledge of them. 10 years it's taken me. Francis, we're going to walk again.
You're so intense, you frighten me sometimes.
So Danny's going to the circus?
Yes. Then he's coming back here afterwards and tell me all about it.
Oh, he is he? Well, why don't you go with him?
Oh, me?
Do you think she could?
Fooling.
Why, of course she could. I don't know why she shouldn't.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, Danny! Oh, Danny.
Hello, Mrs. Clifford.
Well, Danny, how would you like to take Francis to the circus?
Gee, that'd be great, only...
Well, of course she can go. We can take care of her. I'll be back for you later.
Oh, thanks, Doctor.
Now, don't you worry, Mrs. Clifford. 2 strong men to look after her. She'll be all right. Be back then.
Bye, Doctor.
Danny, I think you better run home and get yourself cleaned up. You look as if you'd brought all of the grease from the garage with you.
You know, Francis, I think the doc's crazy. I suppose I'll have to like him as long as he's nice to you.
He wants to be nice to everybody, but people won't let him.
Well, I'm not saying I believe all the things.
Don't you believe any of the things they say about him, Danny Foster?
Well, all right, don't get excited.
Look, Danny, the stories they tell about the doctor are just as dirty as the grease on your hands and face.
Bob takes care of me. So long, honey.
Goodbye, Danny.
Roll it. There you are.
Oh,
That was easy,
all right.
wasn't it?
All right, Francis?
Oh, yes.
All right. Right. Okay. Well, this fixture, it'll take 3 men to lift you.
Oh, not 3 men, Doctor. If it did, they'd want a circus.
I'll be else at the circus to help you lift her down.
What's the matter? Aren't you coming?
No, you 2 go on by yourself.
Oh.
Now, you don't mind if I change my mind, do you?
Oh, please, Doctor.
You'll have much more fun together. Off you go. And don't forget to tell me all about it in the morning.
So long,
We
Doc.
won't.
Thanks for everything.
Goodbye, Doctor.
Bye.
Goodbye, Mother.
Well, we made it.
Hey, did you see him, Mickey? Oh, the gorilla. Did you really see him? Yeah, in the sideshow. He's a big fella. Is he bigger than 3 men? That ape is bigger than 6 men. 6 big men. It's the biggest ape gorilla in the whole world. Look, here come the clown.
Having a good time?
Yes.
You don't act like it.
Gee, everybody's looking at us. I'm nervous.
What for?
Well, out with a married man and, you know.
Gee, this is the best circus I ever saw.
The only circus I've ever seen.
Get 'em while they're hot. Race up. All right, officer.
she's not so hot. I saw her pass Nick this morning. Them costumes make a big difference.
That's what the doctor calls muscular grace. Muscular coordination.
Honey, look over that ring there. See?
There you are. You're all right now. You'll be chasing bones in the morning. What I've done for you, I could do for men. Let me.
That's all, honey.
I'm sorry it's over.
We'll never miss another circus.
What are you trying to do? Drive that animal crazy? Well, he's getting mean. It's the only way I can handle him. You ever try a little kindness? Nothing wrong with him. Nabu. Come here, Nabu, old boy. Come on, Nabu. That's it. Yeah, well, 2 years ago he killed my old man. And I ain't gonna let him forget it, understand? I know he did. I was right here when he did it. Because he was abusing them, same as you're doing. If you don't watch your step, he'll get you, too. Why don't you mind your own business? You boys wouldn't be gambling, would you?
Sheriff, take me in.
That was a fine show you fellas put on. You was the funniest clown I ever seen.
Oh, I rode a horse. He was the clown.
He was?
Yeah.
Oh, he looks like a judge. Hey, Jim, Pete, let's give him a hand. Come on.
Can't handle it. Send them on. Get the animals out.
Dr. Adrian, get something to put him on. We'll take him there.
Get him on, man. Somebody better get after that ape or he'll tear this town wide open.
Pete, get a posse together.
Come on, boys. Let's see what we can do about that fire.
You know, I think it's helpful sometimes to know what was going on in the world back when these old movies were made, so you better understand them. This movie was made in 1940, and at that time, poliomyelitis, better known as just plain old polio, was a raging epidemic around the world. And here in the United States, thousands and thousands of people were becoming paralyzed and were dying. Even President Roosevelt got polio. So the researchers and the scientists were scrambling like crazy trying to find a cure for this horrible disease. Unfortunately, they didn't find a cure for it until 1955 when Jonas Salk made his serum. And you know, if you go to the CDC's website today, they report that because of widespread vaccinations with this Salk vaccine, there hasn't been a polio epidemic or outbreak since 1979. So, vaccinations work. Thank you, science. So, kindly but creepy Dr. Adrian is also working on a cure for polio. But his methods are a little more unorthodox than the regular scientists, you think? I mean, he kidnaps dogs and he works on them. And he also uses spinal fluid for his one human patient. Ooh, no wonder the kids threw rocks at him and the people didn't like him. But you know, his human patient, this young woman who'd been in a wheelchair and paralyzed for 10 years, reminded him of his daughter, who he also lost to polio. So he wanted to cure her and help the world. And that's a pretty noble thing, wouldn't you think? And any kind of method to do that would be okay, wouldn't you think? Well, that's debatable. So here it is, 1940. After the Great Depression, people are broke and the circus comes to town. And back then, the circus kept their animals in these circus wagons, you know, the ones that are on the front of the animal cookie boxes. And so one night, after the circus performance, which we see as this blurry stock footage of what it looked like back then to have a circus, Nobu the gorilla is just minding his own business in his circus wagon, and the abusive trainer comes along and he starts poking him with the stick and abusing him. And of course, Nobu fights back. And this is the second generation of abusive trainer, so he hurts this guy really bad. His cigar falls down on the ground, catches fire, and he burns down the whole circus. Well, Nobu sees this as his opportunity as to get away, so he runs off. But where? Where did he go? You know, Deadly? No, don't tell me, because that's the rest of the movie. But you could take that mask off. I mean, that's really scary.
Man badly hurt. Sorry to bother you, Doctor. Bring him in here. Come on, right here with him. Well, what happened?
An ape got him.
An ape? Hope we scared him off in time.
This man's badly mauled. Well, you better get him into my laboratory. Jane, you show them. Well, now, how did it happen? Was he in the cage with the ape?
No, the circus burned down and the ape escaped.
The circus burned down? And the audience?
They'd all gone home.
Thank heaven for that.
Will you want us any further, Doctor?
No, I'll take care of it.
Well, then, come on, boys. Let's get out and see if we can find that ape.
Don't let him get at me, mister. Don't let him get at me.
Perfectly safe here. I'm a doctor.
Am I hurt bad, Doc?
I'm afraid so.
I don't feel nothing. Am I going to die?
We all have to die sometime.
Oh, just don't let me die, Doc.
Man. The highest kind of animal. What are you going to do? I'm going to write you into medical history. I'm going to keep a promise.
Wait here. Keep your eyes open. And search the country up around Carter's farm. Jim, you take your boys and cover the west side of town. Pete, you stay with me. All right. How about joining us, Mason?
Let the circus people do their own work. Why should we do it for them?
But the circus is burned down. They've had trouble enough.
Oh, that's their tough luck.
What if we don't find that ape? Our own people might get hurt.
That's your job. Your law and order. And why should I worry about other people? They don't worry about me.
You wouldn't be a little bit scared, would you, miss? Well, don't be all day about it. We're ready.
He gives a body the creeps to think of that critter roaming around.
Better keep the doors and windows all barred. No telling who he'll go for next.
Are you all right, dear?
Mm-hmm.
Want some more? What you thinking about?
I was thinking about that wonderful woman aerialist I saw last night.
Oh, here comes Dr. Adrian.
Morning, Mrs. Clifford.
Good morning.
Francis?
Oh, good morning, Dr. Adrian. I want to thank you again for the wonderful time I had last night. It was too bad about that trainer, wasn't it?
Now, don't you think about him. This is the most important day in your life. Today, we are really going to start her cure. I found the serum that I needed.
I'm going to walk, Dr. Adrian.
I hope so. I'm not just thinking about you, Francis, but of all the other sufferers in the world, all the little boys and girls who can't go out into the sunshine and play and have fun, who have to spend their lives in a wheelchair like you.
I'll do anything I can, Dr. Adrian.
I know you will, my dear. It's not going to be easy. It's going to hurt. But when it hurts, don't be afraid. Just remember that when the pain is gone, it'll leave new life behind. Huh? I think we'd better get her ready.
All right, Doctor.
Now we've got them here and there and here. Now, if we don't get any results tonight, we'll start in here and work west. Oh, change your mind, Mr. Mason? I never change my mind. You gotta have one first. That's enough out of you. Here's that dispossessed notice on Wilcox. I want it served tonight. We're busy tonight. It'll wait till tomorrow. Your duty is to take care of the citizens of this town, not fooling around chasing apes. It seems you're in a mighty big hurry to make people uncomfortable, Mason. It's my business what I do. Fine, and it's mine what I do.
Oh, Doctor.
Well, sis?
Oh, my legs. They feel like lead. I can't lift them.
But you never could lift them before.
Oh, I know, but I never felt them before.
You feel them, Francis? You feel them?
They're so heavy.
Well, that's good news, my dear. That's what we were hoping for. But it's only just the beginning. If there's any change, you send for me immediately.
Yes, Doctor.
Mother.
Jane! 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 Look, I've succeeded. It's there. Life in that tiny bottle. It's working. The child will walk again. Just go.
He's all torn up.
Oh, we better get a doctor.
It ain't no good. He's been dead for hours.
Let's notify the sheriff.
Right. What's wrong? He ain't Doc Wilcox. Anything I can do? No, he's still in the doornail. You better be careful, Doc. Thanks, I will.
You're safe. But only you and I must know that he's dead. Good night.
I know now Dr. Adrian is really going to cure me.
Well, if they hurt you, how can you be getting better?
Oh, you don't understand, Danny. They never hurt before. There was no feeling at all. Now they feel alive.
Just the same, I don't like it. I like things I
can't understand.
Well, I don't understand either, Danny, but I believe in him. Oh, I have so much faith in him, Danny. He says I'm like a daughter to him, and, well, I know he wouldn't hurt me unless he had to. It's part of the cure. It's just got to be.
All right. I'll try to believe too of you. But I'd rather carry around all my life and have anything happen to you.
Hello, Sheriff. Any luck? Not yet, but we'll get him.
Well, I hope so.
Come on, boy. Come on. Yeah, looks like they picked up a scent. All right, give it. Whoa. Yeah. Well, what got into him? Hold on a minute, will you? Yeah, you betcha. Hello, Doc. I haven't seen anything of that ape, have you?
No, I haven't, Sheriff.
Well, my dogs just acted as if they'd picked up his scent.
Oh, well, I better be careful.
Yeah, you better be. Having trouble with insects, Doc?
Yes, this is just a little mixture of my own I'm trying to get rid of them with.
Well, if it works, let me know. My yard's full of them.
We will.
Thanks.
Supper's ready. Are you going out?
Yeah.
But I made lamb stew with dumplings.
I don't care for lamb stew and dumplings, thank you. Besides, the sheriff wants us out early to capture that ape.
You needn't lie. I know where you're going.
Oh, you do?
Yes, everybody does.
So you've been listening to gossip, eh?
I can't keep people from talking to me and telling me you found a new interest.
Suppose I have.
Well, there's nothing I can do about it, I guess.
Well, keep that in mind.
But if you just wouldn't carry on here where we live, so people would stop pitying me. Even if you'd go somewhere else.
Why don't you try going somewhere else?
But I have no one but you. I have no folks. I've got no place to go.
You got the river.
You know, Dr. Adrian must be the only doctor in town, because even though the townspeople hate him, they bring the injured animal trainer to his house for treatment. And the poor guy's in really bad shape. I mean, he looks like he's dying. But before he can die on his own, Dr. Adrian sucks out his spinal fluid, writes in his journal that he's going to use it to cure Frances, goes to her house, and injects her with the spinal fluid. Goodbye, animal trainer. Hello, experiment. And it seems to be working, because for the first time in 10 years, she can feel her legs, and they really hurt, and that's a good thing. But clumsy Dr. Adrian, he puts the serum down on the table, it rolls off, hits the floor, and breaks. Yikes. Now what's he gonna do? His experiment is ruined. Well, I have an idea, Dr. Adrian. You know, your housekeeper Jane is a mute and can't talk. Why don't you come up with some treatment to help her talk again? Just an idea. Meanwhile, the sheriff and the gun-toting townspeople and their hound dogs are all out looking for this gorilla, but the gorilla is following the scent of the animal trainer back to Dr. Adrian's house, and he breaks in. And Dr. Adrian throws some kind of chemical in his face, and then he stabs him. And this is where Dr. Adrian's unorthodox methods cross over into the truly bizarre. And when Jane sees what he did, she tries to scream, but of course she can't make any noise. And then we see an ape leave Dr. Adrian's house walking upright. Wait a minute. Apes don't walk upright. Is that a man in a gorilla suit, or is that a different gorilla? Stay tuned, folks, and you'll find out who killed that despicable banker who was cheating on his wife. Or maybe she hired a hit gorilla to kill him. No, that's ridiculous. What am I saying? This whole plot is ridiculous. And Deadly, what's in that syringe? You don't know, you found it on the doctor's floor. Well, don't poke anybody with it. It's probably evidence in a murder case.
Well, boys, you get yourselves some rest today? About 40 wings, we're plumb worked out. Well, maybe we can get some more people to help us out. Why don't we come out in the daytime? The circus people told us we never. We got to catch him prowling after dark.
Think he's still hanging around the village?
He got Mason, didn't he? And we found new tracks up around Dr. Adrian's house. Oh, give me a sarsaparilla. Quiet, too.
What do you think of that, Sheriff? Even the dogs don't like him.
Oh, he got into him way around his house. Don't make sense. Maybe it's because the doc looks so much like an ape himself. This is no time for joking. All of you be on the job tonight.
I'm scared, Mrs. Clifford. She looks almost... I'm really scared.
We must trust Dr. Adrian.
But we don't know. He ain't got a patient in this town. People don't just hate a fellow for nothing.
Do you hate him, Danny?
No. It's not hating him. It's loving Frances the way I do. If anything happens to her, I'm going down to see. I gotta ask him. I gotta know.
Danny? Danny's worried, isn't he, Mother?
Now you just rest here. Danny'll be all right.
My legs didn't hurt so. I'm not afraid. You aren't, are you, Mother?
No, darling. I want my little girl to walk again.
You ain't going in there, Doc.
Now, what is this, Danny?
I'm scared about her. I gotta know what you're doing.
Well, surely you want her to live a normal life like other people.
Well, sure, as long as nothing happens to her. I love her just the way she is, Doc. I can take care of her. I want to take care of her. I don't want no experimenting on her.
But, Danny, if through her I could rid the world of...
I'm not in love with the world. I'm in love with her. I get it. She's just a guinea pig to you. Well, you got to stop it. You got to stop hurting her.
Have you been to your garage today?
No, I ain't. I've been too worried.
Well, you take care of your cars, and I'll take care of my patients. Now, just you run along.
I ain't running no place. I ain't no doctor. And I don't know enough about what you're doing. But if anything happens to Frances...
Nothing's going to happen to Frances. Now, don't interfere.
Doctor. How do you do, Dr. Adrian?
How is my patient feeling this morning?
I'm all right. She's been in great pain, Doctor.
In pain? Oh, that's good.
Good?
Of course it is. That's what we're looking for. Now, you prepare her. Work.
You say the name is Mason?
Yeah. Yes, Doctor. Initial H. Anything in your examination to go into my report?
No, I believe not.
Well, I just said the death was caused by a fractured vertebrae. I guess that about covers it, doesn't it?
Yes, I should say that it would.
The reason I sent for you, Doctor, is because you examined the circus trainer when he was sent north. And this case being a similar one to that, I thought probably in your examination that you had discovered something that I had overlooked to put in my coroner's report.
I see. This Dr. Adrian, whose name is on the death certificate, is he the local physician?
Yes, if you can call him one. Folks around here don't like him much, though.
And he was also called in on the case of the trainer?
Yes. Yes, that's the same fellow. He came here during the paralysis epidemic. But the folks around here say that he experiments too much.
Thank you very much, Coroner. I believe you've given me all the information necessary.
That's fine, Doctor.
Oh,
Francis, what do you feel?
my legs.
They're hurting?
Oh, they hurt.
Have you more sensation than you had yesterday?
Oh, yes, much more.
Do you think perhaps you could walk?
Oh, no.
Then try to move your foot.
Oh, I can't.
You can. Try.
No.
You can.
No.
You can.
No.
You can.
Oh, Mother. Oh. Oh.
Now you rest. You rest. I'll be back later.
Mother. I know I'll be able to walk again.
I know, baby. I know.
Dr. Adrian?
That's right.
I'm Dr. McNulty from the Robinson Foundation.
Oh, yes.
I had occasion to examine the body of a circus trainer who was killed by an ape here in this town.
Yes, sir.
I understand that you administered to the wounded man before he died.
I did my best for him, but it was quite hopeless.
In spite of the spinal injection you gave him?
I gave him no injection.
I just came from viewing the body of this man, Mason, and I noticed a similar spinal puncture. Did you examine him also?
Well, they called me in, of course, but it was too late. He was dead.
And you noticed no such puncture?
Well, the body was so badly mangled that... Well, no, I didn't.
I see. I understand they've had an epidemic of paralysis here.
That's true.
Many years ago, the Robinson Foundation found it necessary to expel from the institution a most promising young research worker because of his daring, unorthodox experiments with spinal fluid.
It was 25 years ago, to be exact.
Then you are that Dr. Bernard Adrian, whose definite theories...
And in spite of what you did to me, for 25 years, I've been engaged in proving those theories.
By what method have you been doing this?
I'm not in a position to disclose it.
I see. Well, I'm afraid you leave me no alternative but to report.
Wait. If I could give you some small measure of proof, would you change your mind?
I doubt it.
Let me show you. see? Now, these two creatures were completely paralyzed. But after my treatment, well, you can see for yourself, they're as lively and healthy as ever they were.
All this has nothing to do with the case.
But it has. The serum that I used.
What became of the serum you took from those two men?
Now, you come with me.
Doctor.
Oh, Mrs. Clifford. Now, this is Dr. McNulty.
How do you do, Doctor?
He'd like to talk to Frances.
She's asleep.
No, I'm not asleep, Mother.
Hello, Francis.
Hello.
Now, this child has had a complete paralysis of her lower limbs for 10 years. Is that right, Mrs. Clifford?
Yes, it's Doctor.
Have you had any feeling at all in your limbs since Dr. Adrian has been treating you?
Yes, they've been terribly heavy, and I've had a great deal of pain.
Pain?
Yes, and just a little while ago I moved my foot.
Is that right?
That's right.
Will you do it again for me?
I can't.
Make an effort.
I can't.
Thank you. That's all.
Is anything wrong, Doctor?
Why, no, Francis, dear, of course not.
Well, her foot did not move. But I did feel a definite muscular reflex. Congratulations. May I notify the Foundation that you come back to us?
Too late. I have to stay here.
At least give me your promise to keep us informed of your progress.
Every step of the way.
Thank you.
It's not finished. It's not finished.
Gee, look, though. Do you see something?
Yes, what do you see the white of his eyes? Maybe they ain't white.
I'm going to take a chance and shoot now.
Come here, Willie.
So Frances's boyfriend, Danny, is worried that Dr. Adrian is using her as a guinea pig for his experiments. Well, on the one hand, you'd think he'd be happy that she might walk again, unless, of course, he thinks that she might not love him anymore once she can take herself places and maybe dance with other guys. But then on the other hand, yes, Dr. Adrian is using her as a guinea pig for his experiments because he wants to cure polio and save the world. And then when a Dr. McNulty is brought in as a second opinion on the murders of the animal trainer and the banker, Dr. McNulty sees 2 puncture wounds on each body at the spine. And then he puts 2 and 2 together and realizes that Dr. Adrian is that controversial researcher he kicked out of his foundation 25 years ago for experimenting with spinal fluid. And he confronts Dr. Adrian. He says he's going to report him to the authorities. Well, Dr. Adrian goes into defense mode and he pulls out these 2 little guinea pigs out of these black boxes with no holes in them that I could see. And he says, look it, they used to be paralyzed and now they're fine. But that's not an explanation of how your serum works. I mean, those guinea pigs could have been fine to start with. What's McNulty going to know? So then Dr. Adrian goes to plan B, takes him over to Frances's house and demands that Frances move her foot. Well, she can't this time. So there you go, another non-demonstration of how successful his serum is. But McNulty saw a little muscle spasm on her leg. And then he decides that since there's so much money to be made from curing polio, and his foundation would really profit from that if he could get his hands on this serum, he gives Dr. Adrian a pass. And he says, you need to share that serum with me. And they agree, ethics be damned. And anybody who says that giving a .22 rifle to a bunch of hooligans is safe because they'll just use it for target practice, didn't see them almost take down a man in a gorilla suit. Poor Dr. Adrian, he should have skinned a bulletproof gorilla. But I wonder who he was out to kill this time. I guess we'll never know. Deadly, what's in the box? And it better not be guinea pigs because there's no holes in that box. Okay, I'll take a look. Aw, it's King Kong.
I don't care how busy you are, Jed Halliday. I want my Willie found. The idea of him wandering around in the dark with that gorilla
Which
loose.
none of you men seem able to catch her.
Oh, it's all your nephew's fault. He's always leading my little Willie astray.
But he's always under Mickey's heel.
Oh, he's nothing
Now,
but a
ladies, we've got work to do. Your kids are just someplace where they shouldn't be. Well, ain't nothing new. And they look down in Jones's barn. I caught them smoking there last week.
We've searched the whole town.
Go take a look for them, Pete. They ain't far away.
Where have you been? Mr. Maywalk, we got him.
Oh, what is it?
Mickey killed him and shot him dead. Bang, bang, between the eyes.
Hold it, kid. What'd you shoot him with, Mickey?
My .22, I got a good beat on him.
Where's your .22, Mickey?
He dropped it, Sheriff. I did not. The ape grabbed it. I'll ape you when I get you home. Gee, Ma, don't you believe us?
Where'd you see him?
On the pike about a quarter mile from Doc Adrian's house.
All right, get him home.
Come on, Mickey.
Come on, Willie.
Right now. Come on, get out.
They probably shot a cow. Yeah, I looked into it. Where are the dogs?
Red's got him over on the other side of town.
All right, let's go. Wait a minute, boys. I want a word with the doctor. I'll be right out. Okay. All right.
Good evening, Sheriff.
Just wanted to see if you were all right. Ain't been out, have you?
No.
I'm trying to think out, Doctor, a lot of things. That ape seems to take a fancy to your place. Now, don't take offense, Doctor. I'm just trying to clear up my mind. Them dogs of mine have been sniffing ape for days. It's made them foolish, I guess. Else why'd they snarl at you?
Well, there may be some chemical odors on my clothes that offended them.
Uh-huh. But I ain't never seen my dogs offended at anything. Can't understand it, Doctor.
Wait a minute. Jane! Just get me that torn coat of the trainer's, will you? Now, this is an idea that's just occurred to me. I don't know whether it makes sense or not, but perhaps it'll explain your problem. You see, this coat was worn by the trainer when he was mauled by the ape, and it's been in the house ever since. Now, that perhaps explains the interest of the ape in this house, and your dogs in me.
Doesn't it? I'll bet you're right. Well, I'll get along. Think I'll put a few men around your house the rest of the night, Doctor, just so you'll be protected.
Don't bother, I'm perfectly safe. They might interfere with some work that I have to do.
Well, maybe I'll just keep an eye out myself. I'm just a bit scared, Doc. But don't tell anybody about it. This is the coat that trainer was wearing when the ape killed him.
Boy, did he rip that
He got
Sure
tear it up in a struggle. Well, come on now, boys. This isn't getting us anywhere. We lay down on this job, our own coats will be in the same shape. Come on, let's get busy. Now, you fellas get back to your positions.
Francis, dear, I want you to forget all the hours you've spent in this chair. Put them out of your mind. You're not paralyzed. You never were. Fasten that firmly in your mind. You're not paralyzed. You do that for me?
I'll try.
Don't forget, you're not paralyzed. Now then, move your right leg. Move it. You can.
Oh, I can't.
Try.
Stop it, you're hurting her.
I can't, Dr. Adrian.
Try it, Francis. You can. You know you can. Move. There. You moved it, didn't you? You moved it. Now the left one. Now the left one. Now move it. Try. Try again. There. You moved them. You moved them both, didn't you, dear? All right. Stand up and take a step towards me. Do it. Do it. It's only your mind holding you in that chair, not your body. Do it, I say. Do it. You see, I told you. Go get her some water. Oh, she's all right, Danny. She's better than she was, isn't she? She needs more. She needs more. Take care of her, Daddy. I'll be back.
Francis Karloff. Francis? Name's Halliday, sheriff over to Red Creek. Got a job finding you.
Well, circus jobs are pretty hard to get, Sheriff. You know, all jobs are kind of scarce. You boys get that ape yet?
That's what I come about.
Didn't get him, huh? Bad, he's a killer.
You boys got some responsibility tracking him down, haven't you?
Well, we did the best we could, Sheriff. The fire broke up the circus. Some of the boys stayed there, didn't they?
Yeah, but that's not what I come about. I just figured when you're looking for something might help to know its habits. Too many things about animal I don't understand.
Well, animals is all alike. Lions, elephants, dogs, they all got one-track minds.
What do these gorillas live on? He ain't killed any animal.
Shucks, no, they won't touch an animal except out of meanness. They live on fruits, vegetables.
Well, that's what's bothering me. What's feeding this fella?
Maybe digging up a garden patch or two or stealing a little bit of fruit.
No signs of it. Checked with all the farmers. Do they prowl around much, or do they stick to one place?
Well, the gorilla generally sticks to one place if he's got anything there to keep him.
We see evidence that this fella's hanging around one place.
Hey, that ape had it in for the trainer. Where'd he die?
In the house of a doctor near the outskirts of town, and that's the place we think the ape's been hanging around. Say, how would he trace the trainer to that house?
Well, sense of smell. They're pretty good at that. Did you bury him in town?
No, we sent his body to his people up north.
That don't give us much, does it? Any of his clothes around?
When that trainer was taken away, his coat was left in the doctor's house. Would that draw the ape there?
It certainly would. You better get rid of him.
I was afraid my time might be wasted coming over here, but I guess it ain't. Thanks very much, Mr. Howley. I better be getting on the road. I'd like to make home around nightfall.
Well, anything I can do for you, let me know.
Take this record book and keep it for me safely. One more. One more.
Pete, you two boys go over there by that shrub. Danny, take your men down there 100 yards by that rail fence.
Okay. Oh, Sheriff, we've been watching there every night, and so far nothing's happened. Now I'm
Will
getting
you
tired.
take orders?
All right. All right.
You two boys go over by Wilcox's barn.
You mean Wilcox's barn?
Yes, Wilcox's barn.
All right.
You two boys go down the road 100 yards. You two wait for me over that stone fence.
All right, Sheriff.
Is the doctor here? You sure of that? He's not in there. Sheriff, what's the idea of sticking around so close to the doc's house?
Because that attendant told me that ape would haunt any place where that trainer had been.
Oh.
Hey, what's getting into that sheriff? He's getting touchy. Lost his sense of humor. You know, when a man can't laugh, it just suits. George, was this where we found the body?
Mm-hmm.
Do apes ever return to the scene of the crime?
They're noted for it.
Well, we got something to look forward to. Got me. Fire shot.
Come on. Did you hear that shot?
Yes, but you told us not to leave here.
Where was he?
That way.
What's the matter? Did you fire that shot?
Yeah. It's Tom. The ape twisted his neck, but Archie knifed him.
Can you walk? Pick him up and carry him to the doctor.
All right. Go and get him.
God, he can't be far away. Come on, get out. Come on, Jim, you fellas. You boys come with me.
Francis, I'll see what's happened.
Francis!
Let me give him one, Sheriff. Hold on, that's enough. He's done.
What are they doing? What are they saying?
Darling, I don't know.
The dog. All right, boy. Take that off of him.
Let me through. Did the ape hurt him? Let me through. Let me through. Dr. Adrian.
Francis. Come to me, child. Walk. Walk. There. You see? He's dead, boy.
Oh! Hello, Danny. No, wait, Danny.
Honey, you mustn't overdo it.
I'm doing better every day, Danny.
Oh, sure. You're doing swell, but you gotta take it easy. I'll get your chair.
No, Danny. Mother and I burned the chair yesterday. I'm never going to use it again.
So there you have it. Another monochromatic movie marvel and kind of ridiculous. This movie teaches me that Boris Karloff can make any stupid movie enjoyable with his beautiful voice and creepy manner, even when he plays the bad guy pretending to be the good guy. This movie also teaches me that the road to scientific breakthrough is long and hard and needs a lot of innovative techniques. Skinning a gorilla and using it to hide the fact that you're killing people for their spinal fluid is not one of those techniques. So until next time, or not, this is Arachna the Spider People, wishing you nighty-night and reminding you that if you're gonna wear a gorilla suit, get it from the costume store, because the real thing has gotta be really stinky. Boy, Deadly, there sure is a lot of traffic today. Glad we're not in a hurry. Deadly, look! Did you see that? 2 gorillas in a car next to us. You don't see that every day. Another red light. Oh, this traffic is so slow. Am I seeing things? There's a gorilla there that's hitchhiking. Hey, wait a minute. Hey, I was just pointing at you. I wasn't signaling for you to come with us.
Thanks, lady. I'm going to be late for my class.
Are you a gorilla? A talking gorilla?
Name's Ray.
And you're not kidnapping us?
No, I'm not kidnapping you. Turn right here, go down 3 streets, turn right again, and you can drop me off there.
Well, that's good. Keep an eye on him, Deadly, just in case.
This is it. Pull in there. If you want to sit on the class, you could.
Okay. Gorilla acting classes. I gotta see this.
Hey, Fred, I'm here for my class. These kind people gave me a ride, and they'd like to sit in on my class, okay? Well, gee, Ray, I don't know if I can let them in or not. I mean, they don't look like our normal students. Well, I don't know about normal, but they did give me a ride and I'm very thankful, so I'd like to have them watch my class. Okay, if you say so. Nice car, miss. We could use that in some of our movies. You want to sell it?
Not on your life, mister. And this car better still be here after the class. Got it?
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Move on.
How exciting, Deadly. Who would have guessed this morning that a gorilla would jump in our car and now we'd be going to gorilla acting lessons? Life is sure full of surprises.
You're late again, Ray. Please try to be on time. Hey, JP. At least you don't have to get dressed. Won't happen again. These kind people gave me a ride when my car broke down. So they would like to sit in on my class. Is that okay? Thanks.
Hello, I'm Arachna, the spider people, and this is my friend Deadly, and we'd like to sit in on your acting classes. You never know when you might have to act like a gorilla.
Well, I guess so. You'll have to stand in the back, and you gotta be quiet. Understood?
Sure, we'll go to the back of the room. Come on, Deadly. What a grouch.
Okay, gorillas. Fall in place. You're an elite group of actors. You will get paid, but you will not have your name on the movie, so no one will know your name. But you are the glue to these schlocky movies, and you gotta be convincing. So today we're gonna cover some basics. First up, showing aggression. All right, gorilla number 1. Growl and look intimidating. Action. Not bad, not bad. Cut. Just don't hurt anybody.
Oh, these guys are serious.
Gorilla number 2. Growl and beat your chest. All right? Action. No. Don't hit your chest with a flat hand. It looks like you're playing patty cake. Use a fist. Be aggressive. All right. Action. Much better. Cut.
They're pretty scary.
All right. Gorilla number 3. Growl and show your teeth. Action. No. Cut. Growl lower. You sound like a girl. Okay? Action. Yes, cut. Better. All right, now let's go on to our second set. Okay, our second set is damsel carry. Usually we use the couch cushions, but today we happen to have a damsel in our midst. Miss Arachna, would you mind coming forward and helping us with this exercise?
Sure, we'll help. Deadly said he'll help too. Just tell us what to do.
Thank you. You can stand right there. All right, gorilla number 1. Threaten her and grab her by the hair and drag her off.
Oh, no, you don't. If you're going to drag me off, you're going to drag me off by my arm, not my hair. Got it?
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, improv here. We'll do whatever she says and just do it like a gorilla. All right, action. Cut. Not bad. You all right there?
Why don't you work with Deadly next while I recuperate from being drugged?
All right. Send Deadly over. We'll do Deadly. All right. Gorilla number 2. You're going to take Deadly, throw him over your shoulder, and carry him off. Be sure that he can be seen and you can be seen. All right? Action. He's not moving. Are you okay, guy? Say something. Did I hurt you? Here, you take him. I don't know how to deal with a skeleton. That was pretty good till the end. You ready, Miss Arachna?
Okay, I'm ready. Oh, these guys are so scary.
Okay, gorilla number 3, you're gonna threaten Arachna, pick her up, and carry her off. Remember, lift with your legs. Lift with your legs, all right? Okay, all right. Action.
Put me down! Put me down! Ow! I said put me down, not drop me.
You okay? She was heavier than I thought.
Excuse me, but we're just gonna watch now. I've had all the acting classes I can take.
Okay, we're going to take this model of the Empire State Building, and 2 of you guys, we're gonna climb either side and look menacing and ward off airplanes, all right? Okay, guys, come on up. All right, ready? And action. Whoa, I got dizzy. Sorry. Next. Hey, this thing isn't stable. I can't stand still. Whoa. Oh, cut. Can anybody do this right? All you gotta do is climb the building and look menacing. Oh, you. All right, come on, you try it. And action. Oh, very good, very good. Cut. Perfect. That's how you do it, folks. Good class, everybody. Time's up. We'll see you again tomorrow.
Wait a minute, you had 3 gorillas to start with. Now there's 4.
Who's the 4th gorilla? Well, that would be Deadly. He's very talented, ma'am. We'd like to have him back tomorrow. Bring him over. But he's gonna have to buy his own gorilla suit.
Way to go, Deadly.
Didn't break anything, nobody got hurt. Good day.
Wow, Deadly, you have talents I didn't know about. But where do you find a gorilla suit that didn't previously belong to a gorilla?